So you just played paintball and you want to buy a paintball gun. What should you buy? So even if you have $2,000 to spend, I've come to the conclusion over talking about this for like 10 years, over 10 years, that the best decision is that you should get something that's super reliable and simple. So essentially with this reliable, simple stuff, you just put a tank on, put a hopper on, go play paintball, put it away, do the same thing next weekend, a month later, and you have the same exact experience. So even if you have that $2,000 to spend, those guns that are in that like higher tier price, like $500-600, they're more complicated. So they, I think, suit people that are more experienced with paintball equipment. So the higher end guns, you have to worry about just more stuff. I mean, they have more O-rings and moving parts and batteries and electronic settings and pressure settings. They require more maintenance. They're just more difficult. So getting something that's reliable and simple that you can just go play paintball with and have fun is a good decision. Maybe once you get more experience, you play, 10 times or so, start looking at better paintball guns, stuff in that maybe $300 to $500 price. So let's talk about my favorite 4 entry-level paintball guns. So first, let's say the Azoden Chaos 2. We're gonna put a link up here. We did a review on that thing recently, so it's fairly new. The Chaos 2 is that thing. So the Chaos 2 is what I would say is a traditional paintball gun style. It looks like a paintball gun, right? So the Chaos is, it's super reliable. It's small, lightweight, real easy to take apart. So it's great for like little kids, or if you're a small person. Sometimes, I don't like to say this, but if you're a girl, it's a little bit smaller and lighter. So you might be smaller, so you might like that Chaos because it's lighter, smaller, easier to move with. Tipmint 98. The 98 is the most popular paintball gun ever, hands down. Yeah, a lot of fields use it as rentals. It's reliable, durable, parts are everywhere, the warranty's awesome, and they just work. This is definitely one of those paintball guns you could play with one time, put it in a closet, come back 5 years later, and it's probably gonna work perfectly fine. So Tipmint has a lot of guns. I'm gonna show you a couple more, and they're really all based off this thing. So most of the Tipmints use all of the same internals, and a lot of the parts are similar. They're gonna shoot really similar, reliability's about the same, repairing them about the same, warranty's exactly the same. So for the most part, a lot of the Tipmints are the same. Right now, probably the most popular entry-level starter gun is the Tipmint Chronos. The Chronos is kind of a cheaper version or a less expensive version of the 98. 98 started at $130. This thing starts at $100. The only real big difference is going to be that this body's all nylon, and then some of the upgrade parts that Tipmint sells for the 98 you can't really put on here. So this is kind of what you get. You can't really change much. You can change the barrel, but that's about all. But still, like the 98, super reliable, durable, they just work. That's a Tipmint A5. I like the A5 the most. I think that the A5 overall is probably the best Tipmint made. So like I said, it's gonna have a lot of the same internals as the 98, but I like how it comes apart a lot easier. On the back of there's these push pins you can pop out like that, take that out, and there's some more so you can easily tear down the gun fast if something does go wrong. But the biggest advantage to the A5 is that Cyclone hopper. The Cyclone, you can see inside there's those green little dealios. So every time you shoot, that will spin like that and force a paintball in there. So you don't get any chopped shots, you don't get skip shots, jams, misfires, whatever we're gonna call that. So I for sure like the addition of the Cyclone. I think that that's what sets the A5 apart from really most of the other guns in that entry-level category, and especially the other Tipmints. So the Cyclone, good thing. A lot of you've probably seen this crazy thing, or something similar to this. So this is a Project Salvo, US Army Project Salvo, but really, same thing, just like all those other Tipmints, it's really just a Tipmint 98 inside. It's just crazy looking. So I don't like these guns. To me, there's no purpose. It's just big, and that bigness doesn't serve a purpose other than being big and looking cool. So I feel like this stock and like this barrel shroud and all this stuff just make it heavier and bigger, so it's harder to move around with. I think we find often, at least, that people buy these things, and then you play with it a couple times and then start to realize how big and heavy it is, and then just wish they didn't buy it, or they end up buying something else because it was so big and heavy. So don't buy one of these crazy milsim guns. Buy something smaller and lighter, like that Chaos, or I don't know, like the Chronos. So that's what I think you should do. Reliability, simplicity, it's the way to go. Just have fun. Just play paintball. You don't have to worry about stuff. So I hope that was helpful. If you have more paintball gun questions specifically, leave them in the comments below. I'll answer them.